Well, welcome to tonight's session. How's everyone doing?
Great.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Oh, good. So what happened last time?
I almost lost my axe like a dumb fuck.
We got to Wellspring Falls.
You got to Wellspring Falls. You almost lost
Meta
your axe like a
wizard.
dumb fuck. Meta wizard named Aslor.
Who has mysteriously vanished. Ooh.
Right, well we can get into that. Yeah, basically you guys you were traveling, finished shit up over at Greymoor. Got a new cart, got some additional horses, started making your way. Met a wizard who was in a fight with some ogres and some goblins, helped them out. Found out he was from Wellspring Falls, so he helped guide the rest of your way over. You guys made it into the town. Saw a lot of different like merchant carts and supplies carts, and basically like a big caravan of different people and of all sorts of races heading into the capital city of Wellspring Falls. Mostly by cart. You kind of got an idea from the guard that it's for the celebration of Queen Isabel's birthday. Her
large number birthday.
yeah, 658th birthday of Queen Isabel.
she's close.
We're in a fucking Elvish city.
Right, you are in an Elvish city, primarily
Damn
Elvish.
elves.
It's still diverse, but the core of the city government, essentially the city monarchy, quasi monarchy, is Elven.
Wait,
What?
she's older than Alanon, isn't she?
Is she? I forget how old is Elenon. Let me see.
But is Alanon an elf?
Yeah.
That's the leader of the Silver Shepherds, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure I remembered that. Got that right.
Can't remember how old Elenon is off the top of my head,
Old.
but yeah,
He's close to that number.
I thought he was like 700 something.
Uh,
Like I thought he was like unnaturally old. Even
no, I
for
think
an elf.
he's like he's unnaturally fit for his like advanced age as an elf, I think.
I can't remember, but regardless, Queen Isabella is turning 658, and they're having a festival in celebration of her birthday. You guys made it into the town, put up your horses over at the Dragon's Drink tavern, and you guys decided, oh, why don't we go kind of get ourselves cleaned up. Went over to the steam room. Grognak hung back and decided to wanted to play some games. He wanted to play a game of 21 with some of the locals. Met a tough-looking older guy by the name of Roger. Roger was
Kicked my
quickly
ass.
taking some of his money and offered him double or nothing. Grognak said, well, why don't I just beat the shit out of you, basically. Ended up settling on, all right, well, let's go out into the street, have a friendly little fist fight. If I win, I get my money back, being Grognak. And if Roger wins, Roger gets your silver-lined battle axe.
Great axe.
It was a great axe, excuse me. It was a close, tough fight. In the end, Roger ended up winning, but
How
took
much
pity
health
on
does
you.
Roger have total?
They both went. They
I
both
mean his
went
actual
15 health.
His actual
his
health.
actual health doesn't matter. But in the end, Roger ended up winning. He took pity on you, let you keep your axe. It wasn't like he didn't have a weapon of his own, anyways. But let you also keep the rest of the 19 gold that you had, because he's a nice guy.
9.
Oh, 9 gold. I couldn't remember. You could have had 19. You could have just cheated yourself some gold there.
I could have, but I'm an honest D&D player.
Oh,
No,
I
you're not.
appreciate you.
I mean, it's not like it's super easy to cheat. You can just go into my character sheet and see it.
That's true.
Yeah, but you
I
could have.
just-
As soon as he said that, you could have changed it, and then he'd see the 19.
I could also see him change it if I was looking at it.
True.
But if you'd been looking at it, you wouldn't have said the wrong number.
Fair. Regardless, we will pick up back into the steam room. Aslor gets out and says, well, there are a couple things that I have to go do, but I will catch up with you guys later. And he proceeds to get up, go meet Joanna, pick up his clothing, and departs.
So I'm gonna wait. Like, how long would it take him to exit?
Oh, and I mean, you just see him like wrap himself, like dry himself off with a towel, wrap himself around in the cloak, the cloth kind of bathrobe basically that they gave you guys, and then he just walked out the doors
Okay.
in which you guys entered from.
So he's left.
Yeah, he's left.
Okay. So what do you think of him, guys?
Seems like a common enough person.
Nay. I mean, don't see too many spellcasters out wandering the wilderness every now and then.
Most of them are smarter than that.
True. But there are those few who wander.
Yeah, he seems fine to me. I don't have any issues with him.
I mean, you were the only spellcaster in the group after Day left.
Yeah, but if he comes back, we can definitely use his hand at times.
Aye.
You have a few tricks up your sleeves, though, Borgin.
Aye, every now and then.
Spellcaster.
Aye, mine are more meant to help people than kill.
Other than the massive lightning bolt, that is.
Aye, other than the massive lightning bolt that can falls down from the sky every now and then, but yeah. Probably should make our way to the Lawmaster and sign up for the tournament.
Ah, but this feels so good.
Aye, it does, it does.
And as I say that, I'm gonna use like my breath to heat up the water right around me, just a
Okay.
bit.
Is anyone else sitting near you?
I don't know. Are they?
Are you guys
Uh,
sitting near him, or are you kind of like all off in your own little corners?
I feel like we probably at least Border would have been off in his own little corner.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Not like super far away, but like
I mean,
personal
there-
space and all that.
There was four of us, so I'd assume we would have just taken four corners unless the place was too big to talk across it.
Sure. And it was pretty big, but it's also quiet. I mean, you saw the like vats of like coals that were being heated and burned that were kind of heating the water and steaming it anyways. But it wasn't like so loud that you guys couldn't have still enjoyed a casual conversation even in separate areas of the pool. But you just see Rogar like breathe a slight small fire from his mouth, like not like the big blast of fire that you've seen him do before, just little spurts of fire, and it quickly steams and heats the water around him.
Yeah, and then Rogar just leans back enjoying it.
Yeah, that's an impressive trick you got there, Rogar. When did you learn to do that?
Years of practice and a lot of burning myself.
I can believe that.
Shortly after you guys sit for a little while longer, you see Joanna open the door, and she's got different sets of your clothing and such that you had left in the changing areas before, and she sets them on a table with fresh towels off to the side wall near the door where you guys had entered into the steam room.
After she exits, I'm gonna. Well, I guess that's our cue.
Aye.
We gonna go get signed up for that tournament then?
Aye, probably be a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, Rogar's just gonna stand up and go over to the towel she just dropped. Sit there.
Yeah, so you guys go through the process of drying off and changing. As you walk out, she lets you know that you're thanks you for your patronage and that with the money that you spent to come, you were able to come back before the end of the evening when they close, if you wish, using the same money that you paid. And then we'll flip quickly over to Grognak, who's inside of the Dragon's Drink, suffering a little bit of defeat, feeling kind of hurt. I think his pride more than his actual, physical pain. But
Single tear wells up.
is now sharing good stories and being engaged with Roger and the rest of the Spiked Steel and some of the other patrons that are in the bar. Frank is kind of peering over and listening as he's serving drinks, but also maintaining the rest of the bar at the time.
Okay. Well, did I ever tell you how I got this axe?
Oh, I know you never told me, but I love a good story. Tell me.
Well, there was this bandit raiding our village. It was a fucking ugly-ass bitch. He just came in, swinging his axe around, trying to lure out our warriors, and instead I just like, no, I got this. So, you see, I go out with my dad's hammer. Just a regular old hammer, right? And I start beating their fucking faces in. And then he just lures me out to a pass, and, well, kind of killed him with his own axe in the end.
Tell me, how'd he lure you out there?
Oh, he just started yelling at me and being like, oh, come this way, and maybe we're not too bright. So I just went with it. Followed him into what was an obvious trap. I mean, I saw his men on top of the rocks and shit.
I feel like if someone was telling me, come this way, I probably wouldn't want to go that way.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I wanted to. Sounded like a good idea, I guess.
Well, so,
But,
continue, tell us. You get there, you see his men.
I see his men, so I smack him in the face with the hammer, take his axe, and lop his fucking head off.
Well, how many men were there?
Well, Sorry. Like 6 or 7 of them. Not too many. I'd killed the rest in the village.
You being honest or you lying to him?
I'm being honest.
Okay. 6 or 7 by yourself?
Well, after I took his head off with his own axe, they kind of ran off like little pansies.
Oh, so you only killed the one then?
I mean, other than the other ones that I killed in the village.
And so they're all kind of like standing around you, amused, listening. You start to notice, like, as you're describing, like how you ran off after them and you ended up slicing the leader's head off with his own great axe, and his men around looked scared and fled. You can kind of see him like hanging on each word that you're saying with bated breath. They're very ingrained into the story. And then you see one woman turn to you and say, well then tell us, so after you chopped off his head, what did you do?
I went back to my village and celebrated. Had some grog, had some sex, a lot of it. And, got used to this axe. Oh, I love this thing.
Oh, well, yes, I would say that is worth a victory. And the rest of them kind of like are clapping, saying, basically together, sort of talking about your story and how exciting it was. Roger comes over, puts his arm around you, and, well, that was a great story there, mate, but let me just fucking tell you one thing here. You see that broad who was asking the questions, we was all into it. We was hanging on to every word you was saying, and kind of let us down in the end. I don't know if you saw her face, but she looked a little sad. Sometimes when you're telling the story of your victory, not saying you're lying, but it's alright to, flourish, embellish a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could have been like, and I chopped his head off, and as his head rolled down the hill, I stuck my foot upon his body, held his axe into the air, and yelled out, in the name of my village, something heroic, you know? That's a good end of the story. I mean, yeah, you killed him. It was cool. It was exciting. Good battle. His men fled away, but you gotta, like, have your sense of heroism at the end. Just, yeah, it's what keeps the crowd coming back, you know?
Yeah, I hear you. Shit. There's one downside to the story, though.
Yeah? What was that?
I hear his voice to this day.
You hear his voice to this day.
I hear his voice.
I mean, like you can still remember the sounds of him dying?
No, like he talks to me.
He kind of like gives you a funny look for a second and says, I mean, I've had that before sometimes. It goes away, don't worry about it.
Alright, I won't. More drinks!
Hey, cheers to you, more drinks! And that's where we'll flip back over to Borgin, Angrath, and Rogar.
So I'm putting on my fine noble clothes,
Okay.
getting all fancy.
I'm just putting my armor back on.
You're wearing your armor.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, I
How
don't
polished
have
does it
the
look right
clothes.
now?
Well, I mean, I assume this morning I polished it, and she must have shined it just now. So it's probably looking pretty good.
Okay. And Angrath, what did you say about what you're wearing?
I don't have any noble clothes. So.
No, you're just
I
kind
just-
of wearing common clothes and...
Yeah, my common stuff.
Okay. Are you wearing your armor, or do you leave that back at the cart?
Oh, I got it on me. I always have my armor on.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, you end up getting dressed. Borgin, you're wearing your fine noble clothes. Definitely stand out among your party, just in terms of if someone were to look at you and kind of try to measure you up based on a visual, you look to be almost out of place, as if maybe they're your hired help. You got an air of affluence, unimportance about you as you're kind of just walking around. Or maybe you have hired them to sort of like guard you, or just generally be your hired mercenaries, doing whatever your bidding is kind of the perception that most people are going to gather at the moment as you start walking out. But no, you all each get dressed, walk out. You are in the middle of the, or scattered around in the business district right now, which is kind of near the edges of town. What is it that you'd like to do?
I think we're gonna go try to find the Lawmaster for the tournament.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and slap Borgin on the back and go, all right, Mr. fucking Fancy Pants, lead the way.
Hey, I'll try my best. I'll go up to like somebody who looks somewhat of decent place, like someone who's not like too poor, but not like too well off, like middle class.
Like
See
a
if they know where. Yeah, like a merchant.
Just like someone kind of randomly around the city.
Like someone who looks like they're from the town.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh boy. First roll of the day. Just not mess it up. Not performance, perception.
Just kind of casually walking throughout the street. It's a little after midday, probably 4 o'clock-ish now, after you guys have had your nice little bath. You don't really you don't hear any town heralds or town criers yelling around. You don't really see like many merchants standing around the outside. You guys spend maybe 15-20 minutes making your way over to the market district of the town, more in the center, where you start seeing some shops, and eventually you come up and you see some kind of outdoor stands. You see some actual shops built into the buildings themselves as well, with some very nice signs hanging out front, others a bit more crude, some that have like wood carved kind of embellishing on some of them as well. just various different shops that are actually like built into a proper building, like a proper shop. And then you see some stalls eventually around the front as well. You definitely pass by some beggars along the way, but you don't really see anyone that like maybe looks like they're part of the Queen's Assembly or anything like that.
All right.
I did not mean to click that. Ignore it.
So I'll walk up to a merchant like in the store, be like, "Do you know where the lawmaster is by chance?"
Oh, the lawmaster.
Daddy,
He's a lawmaster.
Daddy, I know he's a lawmaster. Where is he?
No, I'm asking, who is he?
I don't know. I'm new to the town. Like I just showed up like today. I'm trying to find him.
Oh, really? Shut up today. I showed up about 3 days ago.
Okay, you're not helping me. You're just telling me when you showed up. Do you know where the lawmaster is?
I didn't need the fucking lawmaster. Go around and find the guard.
You're of no help. I'll just walk away.
Oh, hey, wait. Where are you going?
To go talk to a guard like you suggested.
Well, I didn't mean you had to leave right this second. Come, stay a while. Take a look.
What are you selling?
I'm just gonna keep pushing him. If he starts to turn around, I'm just gonna keep pushing him. He's not talking to this dude.
What are you doing?
Like, I assume he started to walk away, and then.
No. I
went to
mean,
turn
what is Borgen doing?
I'll just take a quick glance to see if I notice what he's selling.
Perception check.
Perception, okay.
Yeah, you see like some different stands and racks and shit.
Oh,
Like he's got like looks like a portable makeshift stall. Like it's got wheels that can let it roll, but he's got like some little arms that like branch, like unfold across the front and the sides of the stall to like maybe hang some more things or display more items. Just a quick glance, you just kind of see some bits of folded cloth and a banner that's blowing in the wind on one side.
what race was this person?
He was human.
Yeah. I'm just gonna walk away.
Okay.
I'll just ignore him. And I'm gonna go walk and find a guard, see if there's one in the area.
All right. Yeah, give me another perception check as you're kind of walking around.
Ah!
I'll also look out for a guard.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. Or we'll be here all day. I guess we will be anyway.
Okay. Borgen, you turn back, take a look at the stall, try and just get a quick glance, but Rogar is like pushing you forward. And as you start to turn your head to like look back, refocus your mind of, okay, I'm gonna go find a guard, Rogar is pushing you forward, and you end up tripping and falling and land. Like you're able to manage to turn your head, but you just hit the flat of the ground, and as you look, you see some of the dust from the cobblestone and dirt kind of come up, and all you're just looking at is a scattering of feet for a moment. Rogar, you take a look around, and to your surprise, throughout the scattered happenings of people walking throughout the market district, you catch the faint glint of metal coming from just along the side, maybe 100 yards out or so, that looks like it's getting the reflection of the sun sort of shimmering off into a window pane of a shop.
Come on,
Angrath, you
Borgen.
would see the same.
Come on, Borgen. You've rested enough today. I'm gonna help him up, like pick him up.
Yeah, there's never too much rest in one day.
You're gonna like head towards it. Head towards the light.
Okay. Yeah, you walk over there and you find a city guard.
Say again, Phil? You
I
cut
said
out.
you. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you walk over and you find a city guard.
Okay. Borgen's still leading. I just,
Accept.
Yes, yes.
Do you happen to know where the Lawmaster is by chance?
I do. Can I help you with something?
We were trying to sign up for the tournament for the Queen's birthday. The,
Oh, yes, yes, of
the
course.
festival.
The festival. Right. As for Lawmaster, give me a bit of a fright. Made me concerned there was something going on. Yes, well, you'll want to make your way to the garden towers. You'll find many of the holes there. You should find the Lawmaster, or you'll at least find his postings along the... Oh, you'll find him at the Hall of the Honored on the inside.
Alright, thank you.
Yes.
And he kind of turns and gives himself more of like a proper stand as he's a bit rigid. He's just kind of scanning and glancing the area, looking around, making sure nothing is happening that is out of the ordinary. And the garden towers are not hard to find. Those are like the main large spires in the center of town that basically like where the airships would go in and dock. They would all... Everything kind of seems like it leads itself back to the actual falls where the towers are situated.
Alright, well, we guess we know where we're heading.
Aye.
And I'll just start walking that way.
Okay. Okay, he's back. Yeah, so we'll quick move over to Grognak. Grognak, what are you doing?
I think I'll just be drinking and looking for some random
Looking for some random what?
patrons to play some card games with and rip off.
Alright, roll me a perception check.
Oh, so you lose the axe!
I won't bet my axe.
Ah,
You
that's
don't
what
have
you
much
said
gold
last
left
time.
of that.
I want to look for somebody that's like more on the poorer side so I can bet on copper and shit.
Yeah. You give kind of a glance around, and sitting at a table by himself, smaller table, back corner, little shadowed, but there is a window right along the side, and you can kind of see some birds fluttering out by the window. Looks open, so there's some nice, fresh, cool air coming through. You find an older gentleman sitting back there.
Oh.
He doesn't look like completely destitute. Like he's got a drink with him. He's they're drinking and eating, but he doesn't look like affluent where he's going to be betting like 10, 20 gold at a time.
Okay. I'll walk over to him and just, you want to play some cards? Not creepy at all.
Cards, what do you play?
21, blackjack.
21 blackjack. Huh. Well, why don't we play 3 card stud? You ever play it?
No, I have not.
Well, it's easy. We each grab 3 cards. You're able to discard up to 2. And whoever's got the highest hand wins.
Sounds good to me.
What are you wagering there?
Marks!
Let's start small. 5 copper.
And he opens up a coin purse, kind of looks in, and ends up pulling out 5 copper. Alright, well, let's shuffle up and deal.
Alright.
He is going to roll good and roll me 3d6. Okay. He takes a look and says, I'll take 1 card, please.
Okay.
So gives you the discard and you deal him 1 more. And then you can do the same. You can discard up to 2 cards and re-roll 2.
I think I'll just keep the hand I have.
Okay.
Wait, no, 3d6, actually.
Yeah, you can roll 2d6 and replace 2 if you wish, or 1, or none.
Yeah, I'll do 2d6.
Okay, go ahead and roll 2d6. You gonna try any? Do you know? Or you're proficient with a gaming set, right?
Yeah, I'm proficient with my cards.
Okay. Do you want to try and cheat?
Sure.
I mean, not saying you have to. I'm just asking.
Sure.
Give me a sleight of hand check as you try to change that 1 into something else.
Sleight of hand, right?
Yep. Okay. Go ahead and roll 1 more d6 as you are able to sort of have a card in your hand, pocketed as you try and slip it into your hand. As he says, all right, well, we show on 3. 1, 2, 3. And he lays his hand down, and he has a 6, a 6, and a 3. And you show a 6, a 6, and a 6.
No, it's
Oh.
6, 6, and 3.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Zero,
6, 6,
two,
and a
three.
3. You're right. Yeah. Well, looks like you have a tie.
Looks like it.
Up the wager. Bring it up to a silver each.
About a gold each.
Whew. He opens up, looks in his coin purse again, kind of shakes through it. Okay, I can do a gold.
All right.
Okay.
This dude's rich as fucking
Deal 'em out.
screwing with your mind.
And you deal his cards. You go roll 3d6. Okay. I would like 2, please.
Okay.
And he trades that 2. Are you going to try and cheat again?
Yeah. Why not?
Go ahead and roll sleight of hand check. Well, actually, yeah, that's fine. Hold on a second. Let me look at your character sheet. Because I think you're able to add proficiency to it since you're using your cards. I just want to confirm. Krognak. Proficiencies. Gaming set. Alright, yeah, you can add your proficiency bonus, so make that a 16.
Okay.
You're not proficient in sleight of hand. Okay. I'm assuming you're going to replace the 2, so go ahead and replace your 2 first, and then you can re-roll one of them as well.
And then you said I could replace one more, right?
Yep. Alright, so you have 14.
16.
And he lays his hand down and he has 8. Oh, that was a mighty fine deal for yourself there, as he moves the piece of gold over to you. Tell me, son, what's your name?
Grognak.
Oh, Grognak, pleased to meet you. I'm Gary, and he offers his hand.
I'll shake it and be like, nice to meet you, Gary.
Oh, nice to meet you too. And he's got a very, very firm, strong grip, despite his appearance, despite his age. You shake his hand, and you start to see the birds kind of like fluttering in with a breeze of wind, not like in your face, like they're bugging you, just kind of flutter in gently, and then sort of make their way back out. Well, shall we play again, or?
Why not? Let's go back to a smaller bet again. Let's say 8 copper.
8 copper, sure. And he throws a silver down. And as you throw the silver down, we'll quickly, or your 8 copper down, move back to Borgin Angrath and Rogar. You guys are making your way to the garden towers, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you eventually takes probably, again, another maybe 15, 20 minutes of walking, despite the fact that it's a very direct path. It's just a very large city. Tons of people kind of bustling in and out. You're seeing carts moving along. You do start to notice, though, as you're getting closer and closer to the garden towers, that the guards standing there look a bit more prominent, both prominent in stature, but also prominent in attire as well. Where the guard that you had encountered near the market district was just kind of wearing some bits of like studded leather armor and had a spear. Rogar, your assumption would be you saw the glint of the spear, metal shining off from the sun. You see like full like plate chest armor on these guards, with a nice encrestment of basically a tower very similar to the one on the page, like this. You see that as like a crest, embezzled into, or melded into the front plate steel of these guards. You see some of them still with spears, but you see others with very fine swords and shields as well. And you start to make your way, and eventually you do get up to the walled entrance of the garden towers, where you see 2 guards standing out front.
How may we enter and speak to the Lawmaster?
What is your business with the Lawmaster?
We plan on signing up for the festival's tournament.
Give me a persuasion check. I know you're not lying or anything, but give me a persuasion
I'm
check.
good with this one. Oh,
Wow. Yeah, that's good.
Right. Julian will walk with you.
And he kind of goes,
Julian!
another guard kind of walks over, younger guard, still in the same attire, but rushes over kind of hurried.
Yes, how can I help? You will escort these men to the Lawmaster. They wish to sign up for the tournament for Queen Isabel's festival.
Oh, yes, right, of course. And they open the gate and allow you to enter. But they turn to each of you and say, like, as they're opening the doors,
You'll need to check any weapons here with us before you're allowed entrance.
and I'll give him my weapons.
okay.
As well.
I'll do the same.
Okay.
Give my sword my axe.
We will
I'm
stand
gonna-
here and watch them. You're not to worry that they'll disappear
I'm
on you.
gonna hand him my warhammer and light crossbow and take a few steps. And remember, I picked up that scimitar and handed it to him as well.
Okay. It's fine. Yeah, so you set them down, and then Julian starts walking, and the inside is even more beautiful than the outside walls. I mean, you're looking at very nice crafted stone, areas of ivory and very finely carved, like logs. I mean, the exterior was already gorgeous from both an architectural standpoint and the natural surround, and you can start to hear now the rushing of the falls just beyond. And when you get onto the inside, you can truly, really appreciate a lot of the beauty that's in there. You find some, as you're walking by, find some shops as well, sort of like the market district, but these shops are like really high-end, nice looking, as some of the walls on the outside or on the inside of the walled garden towers, you find like the different shops. You see some other open areas like gazebo areas, and you can start to smell like really nice fresh baked goods. You see like a couple little taverns along the way. One of them looks like they've got an inn built into the top. And I guess roll me perception check as you're walking around too.
All of us, or
Yeah, if you're looking around.
my perception?
Your perception is not quite the same as your persuasion. Borgin, it's not as much that you can't like pick out certain features. It's just
So
there's.
you're not tall enough to see.
Oh, you're not tall enough to see. I'm teasing you. No, it's just that there's so much around you, and despite the fact that you've got a noble background, this is still unlike anything that you've even seen within Strelheim. This is just such a beautiful place. You're sort of like inundated with all of the natural beauty that's around you, and you're kind of looking and gazing, and there's just so much you can't seem to take it all in and really get a great idea as to what it's like on the inside of these walls. Rogar, you get a same general idea of this is like a city within a city. It's absolutely gorgeous. You see all these different shops. You can start to smell fresh baked goods. And Angrath, you're able to tell that, a lot of the very similar things of it being a city within a city and all of these niceties, that as you look around, you start to look at it from a sociological standpoint and notice that nobody in here really looks like out of place. And what I mean by that is you and Rogar are the two that are out of place. You're getting kind of inquisitive looks for a moment as you pass by. A lot of people look at you and then they look at Julian, the guard, walking with you. This is not only a very nice architecturally beautiful part of the city, but it's probably where most of the affluent people spend the majority of their time, where kind of out in the everyday areas of Wellspring Falls, you just noticed everyone's kind of their own, right? No one really is like, you maybe catch, a couple people who look pretty well off. You see some merchants, you see some regular people from the town that you would just assume live there. But in here, it looks to be where the most prominent figures of Wellspring Falls tend to spend a lot of their time and do a lot of their general engagements throughout the day. and you start to see some personal living areas as well. You can start looking around and seeing on the top of the towers, and some actually have or the top of the walls built in, and some of the actual towers you can see some different lights where it looks like people are just kind of living their everyday life. And it all, again, leads to the center spire in the middle.
So I assume there's quite a few similarities to the Citadel that Rogar notices.
Yeah, I guess in what way?
Well, I was asking you because, the Citadel was also built by elves, and it's kind of like the high and mighty area of Silverstone.
It is, yeah. So you do notice some of those similarities. You see that there's contrast as well. Not contrast in the elegance, just contrast in the design style. Where the Citadel is very much an elven-built city, it was meant to represent all of the races of the world of Zay. Whereas Wellspring Falls is very much reflective of and indicative of its elven monarchical background. Silverstone is a bit more accommodating to the understanding that the Silver Shepherds are advocates for the good of the people and the good of all people. So it's got reflections of cultures for each different race. So yeah, still very beautiful, a little less segregated. This would be more aligned with like the center of the Citadel for you, where you would know that like Al-Anon and the Vanguards would be spending more of their time in more of the closed off part of the world. But it isn't so much that like there aren't casual people who can walk into the different segments of the Citadel, versus Wellspring Falls, where Angrath is kind of able to notice there's a clear societal sort of a class segregation almost between the inside of these walls and the outside of general Wellspring Falls as a city. But you do see some similarities. You definitely see similarity in the stylistically, I would say.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about specifically, like the stylistic. Yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm. So as you're walking by, you appear to be walking directly towards the center, the largest single tower, and most expansive tower within the Wellspring Falls, and you start to walk forward, and Julian asks you to please wait for a moment. He goes up and speaks to the guards kind of standing up at the front at the top of the steps there, comes back and physically walks with you. You walk in through, they open these two massive wooden doors in the center of this tower, and as you walk in, you almost wonder why there are doors in the front to begin with, because It seems to be that the walls are just more pillars. It's very open air and it's very beautiful as you're walking through. You do see like a ton of different walled areas, different corridors, and even turrets of their own within this one giant tower. But where you seem to be kind of positioned is just a nice open air hallway with lots of pillars lining the way going across. He eventually, you walk through the pillared area and you go off to a little corner side, and you see like a giant board posting, and it says Lawmaster Bjork Nielsen. Julian goes up to one of the guards and says they wish to sign up for the tournament and speak with the Lawmaster. Another just kind of nods and turns and says, well, we'll wait here until the Lawmaster is ready for us.
Very well.
And that's where we'll quickly flip back over to Grognak. Grognak, you've placed your 8 copper. Gary has placed his silver down. And go ahead and roll 3d6. Gary looks to you and says, I'll take 2, please.
Okay.
Then I'll let you replace whatever you'd like.
I'm just gonna do 2d6. I'm not
Okay.
gonna cheat this time.
You're going to play honest this time?
Yep.
Okay. Damn, that's a good one. So you have
654.
15. Gary shows his hand, and he has 6. Oh,
Damn.
they're quite good. Why don't we switch to that 21 game you're saying, if you still wish to play? And
Sure.
Frank, please, can you what would you like to drink? You know what? Don't worry about it. Frank, he'll have what I'm having. Please bring 2 over. This is my friend Rogar here. Or, Grognak
Grognak.
here. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Rogar, just
Too many
switch places.
fucking names on the screen.
Teleport.
This is my friend Grognak. So tell me, Grognak, where are you from?
Oh, I'm from the Beartooth Pass, just north of here.
Beartooth Pass. Quite nice. I'm originally from the mountains myself.
Ah.
I've settled up into the mountains near Strelheim, but it's been some time ago that I've come down. Wouldn't say I've settled in Wellspring Falls, but I just enjoy traveling around and meeting people. People are fascinating. So many different types. You find some of the affluent, and you find, some of those who struggle on the hardest times.
You said you're from the mountains near Strelheim, right?
Yes.
Traveling with a dwarf from Strelheim.
Oh, really? What's this dwarf's name?
Borgen. He's a noble or some shit.
Noble. Well, I was never truly engaged in the politics of Strelheim, and even here realize it's the Queen's birthday, but, politics can, it's quite boring if I'm being honest. Frank walks over and sets down 2 drinks, 1 mug in front of you, nice wooden mug with a nice handle, and one in front of Gary. Well, cheers, and then we'll play.
Cheers.
And you drink, and it's very warm. It's not what you were expecting at all. It's not like a cold ale or... it's just very nice, warm, almost like kind of like a warm cider. It's got a very sweet taste to it, but it's got a hint of nice, like, oaky wood notes kind of trailing throughout, but it seems to blend really well together.
I didn't hear any of what you just said.
So you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you take a drink, and you're surprised it's not like a cold mug of ale. It's almost like a very warm cider. Really sweet, but also has some different notes of wood kind of blended throughout that adds really nicely. So it's not like such a complex drink that it's hard to enjoy. It just seems to be blended really well and tastes really good.
What is this stuff?
Well, it's one that Frank and I came up with, actually. He's just kind of always said it was my special. I suppose I never gave a name to it. What would you call it?
Good drinking.
Good drinking. I'd say so. Well, why don't we play this game? What did you say you played? 21?
Yes.
Tell me, how do you play?
Well, you get dealt a hand of cards. Well, you get dealt 2 cards, and then you add them up. And then if you're somewhere around 21, you can ask me to deal you another one. If it gets you to 21, boom, you win. Name of the game is whoever's closest to 21.
Sounds good.
What'd you say?
Nothing. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Sure, yes, let's play.
Alright.
What's a wager? Silver?
Yeah, I'll do 1 silver piece.
Alright, he sets a silver down. Roll me 2d12. Okay. I'm just gonna. Here's how we'll do actual blackjack. We'll do 2d12s since it technically allows you to bust. Your first roll will be like you're dealing to Gary. The second rolls will be for yourself. So Gary's got an 18. Go ahead and roll 2d12 again. You can try and cheat if you want.
Definitely.
All right. Go ahead and roll 2d12. Go ahead and do a gaming check, whatever your button is for that. Yeah, there you go. So, and then go ahead and roll me 1d12, trying to place the 1. Alright, so you're going to like flip it around and make it a 10. Gary looks over and says, Hey. I see what you're doing there.
Oh,
Come on.
all right.
We can't
I'll
play
put
an
the
honest
card-
game of cards.
I'll put the card. I'll put the 5 on the bottom of the deck and just keep my 6 then. All right, you caught me.
All right. Well, I've got an 8. You said it's up to 21 without going over?
What?
It's up to 21, can't go over.
Yes.
All right, I'll keep what I have. All right, so you've got a 1 and a 5. You can go ahead and add another one.
1d12 again.
Yeah. Okay, so you're up to 9.
Mm-hmm.
Got another one if you want. Uh, 19. Oh, that was quite a lucky card for you. Well, here, please. And I'll just assume you guys kind of go on and play for a while. We'll flip back over to Borgin, Grognak, and Rogar. Or, sorry, Borgin, Angrath, and Rogar. And as each of you move back over, only perception checks.
I'm done.
Borgin, it's more just that
Horrible,
you're
Don.
kind of looking around. Generally, you're just distracted by the beautiful expanse of the lake below and the mountain scenery that tends to lead down across a stretch of plain lands, little bit of mix of a forest, and then ultimately down to the lake that's beyond Wellspring Falls and kind of the view that you're able to see throughout one of like the little port areas within the hall that you're in. You're just good.
You should have said that he's awestruck by how much better elven art is than dwarven art.
Nah, that wouldn't.
Hey, you
I
rolled
mean,
in that one.
maybe.
You don't get to say shit.
I'm just saying it wouldn't be.
No, you're just kind of staring off into nature, not really paying much mind to what's going on. Angrath and Rogar, you start to peruse the message board, and what you find that it is not as much like messages left for for Bjork, but what it is are different, like, hired jobs that it looks like they're paying out for. So you see one that basically says capture for the Battle Masters tournament, or you see like a couple different like, I guess basically lines, like almost like a checkbox for captured for the tournament. You see like 2 of them checked off already. There's a couple more opened up. And then you see giants in the ruined chamber. And then another one that says pack of ogres. Just generally kind of you get the idea that, oh, this is him sort of almost like a job listing.
Like a bounty board?
Yeah, like a bounty board, exactly. You don't see bounties actually listed, like you don't see gold. But no, you do see the bounty board there. And then
if I don't see,
sorry,
I don't see any gold, I'm ignoring it. I don't see any. This is how much you'll make.
I don't see anything, so I don't say anything unless they tell me
I
about
mean, yeah, I would point it out to him.
it. Okay. Well,
yeah,
even
you
though
just see
there's
the
not-
jobs listed.
yeah, so I see the jobs.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I'm looking through what's been captured, like, do I see what's been captured and stuff? Like animals for the Battle Master or whatever?
Yeah, what's checked off on the list?
So it doesn't say particular animals. You just see like 2 different boxes for capture for the tournament kind of checked off.
Oh, it just says capture for the tournament. So there's
Yeah,
like for stuff.
Yeah, you find another one that says rodent infestation. That one's been checked off. Scouting for the Legion. That one's kind of been checked off as well. But then you find a couple others open. You see a couple open for the capture for the tournament. And then again, the other big one that you find is Pack of Ogres and then the Hill Giant in the Ruined Chamber.
I mean, we may not be getting gold, but it's the right thing to do to help people out.
You say that.
Borgen, give
But-
me an insight check. Or I guess just a general intelligence check is fine. Yeah, your family's done this as well. Like the Lawmaster in Strelheim has had one of these. You've seen them kind of varied. It's not, you don't think it's not as much that you're not going to be paid for it. It's just that generally they're not always going to list like the amount of gold. Sometimes the gold changes if the situation changes. So it's generally just one of those that you just kind of express your interest in. Usually the Lawmaster or Lawmaster's aide will kind of be able to tell you what the going rate is for that particular job.
So I'll basically just say that to Mike then. Well, Rogar.
Yeah. And then the door opens up. Yes, yes, how can I help you? And you find a small dwarf. Or I shouldn't say a small dwarf. He's still stout and strong looking.
Is he taller than me? Am I taller than him, or is he taller than me?
No, you are taller than him. And he's a little more slender than you. He's not like built for fighting. He's not like the captain of the Queen's Assembly or something. And he's not wearing like armor. He's just got like these nice robes on. General, nice sort of noble clothes like yours, or nicer than common clothes. But he's got this nice robe on that goes underneath it with a similar crest that the guards have on their chest plates. Yes, what can I do for you?
What's a dwarf doing in a prominently elven city? That's my first question. Don't mean to be rude, but...
Well, I was born and raised here. Just because the monarch herself, Queen Isabella, and her children are elves, doesn't mean that you can't have diversity within the city.
I'm not saying you can't, but you should come visit Strelheim sometime. It's a great dwarven capital. You've
Yeah, sure, maybe when I get a fucking vacation.
Just saying, when you got time. Be welcome. Tell him Borgen sent you.
Yes, well, when life gets less busy for me, I'll go visit Strelheim. I'm really excited about crossing the mountain range to go over there.
Aye, it's a nice city. even for a dwarven stronghold.
I am not saying it's not a nice city. I can appreciate it. I just have a lot going on. So what can I do to help you?
We're here to sign up for the tournament for the festival.
Oh, perfect. And he turns. One moment, and he runs back and grabs a scroll, and he's got like a quill and some ink, and he sets it down by a little bench outside of his office door. Oh, and how many people you have joining?
I'll turn back around and talk to Rogar and Ingrath. So should we put Azalor's name down just in case he does end up coming back?
He agreed he was going to.
Alright,
Let's trust him.
Yeah, see no
Aye.
reason not to.
I mean, the wizard usually never lies, from my experience.
True.
There'll be 5 of us.
Oh, 5 of you. Alright, well, I'll need each of you to sign here.
2 of our party members are not with us currently. Clearly.
One's probably at a tavern, and the other one had to go business to take care of. His name's Azalor, if you know him.
Oh, yes, of course I know Aslor.
Yes, he is. He'll be.
Great
join.
mage student. Right, well, I guess you could sign for him. And, what should he be calling ya?
Oh,
It's kind of like, I'm going to look between
tireless
Morgan and
dipshits.
Ingrath.
like is a team name.
Yeah, what we present you as.
I'm gonna kneel down and whisper into Morgan's ear, Squirtle Squad.
Yes!
And I just stand up and just shake my head. Like, super serious. Just,
I don't know. Haven't thought about it.
Well, I tell you what, you still have a couple days. You can come back to me if you, if you decide on something.
Nah, we will. The other party members probably still at the tavern we came in at the Dragon's Inn, I believe it's called.
Oh, Dragon's Drink. Piss poor place that is. You should get
that's-
yourself a, well, let me ask, do the rest of you look like, look like them? I don't mean to be disrespectful, but... And he kind of points over to, Borgin Angrath and Rogar.
Yeah, unfortunately they do. I think Azalor's the only one who actually looks somewhat decent.
Well, that could be a bit of a problem, but, no, Dragon Drink's fine place.
Right, so, well, Would it be fine if I sign for him since he's probably over in the tavern drunk right now?
Oh yeah, sure, put his name down.
Alright. So I'll sign the 3 names mine, Azlor's and Grognak's.
Okay.
I'm gonna sign mine in Draconic.
I'm signing mine in Dwarvish, by the way.
Okay.
That doesn't fucking matter, he's a dwarf.
Exactly, I'm just saying.
So you sign yours in Draconic, which is also the same script as Dwarven.
No, it's not, I don't think.
I'm like...
I think it
Look,
is.
I'm 95% sure it's Dwarven script.
Let's go look at languages.
Dragonborn. Languages.
124.
Okay.
Draconic is its own script.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then.
Draconic script.
Then I
Dwarvish
don't know,
script is 122.
There is something else that uses Dwarven script, though.
You're probably thinking of.
I mean, Dwarvish, Giant, Gnomish, and Goblin all use, and Orcish all use Dwarvish script.
Okay, that's probably what I was
So.
thinking. I just assumed
And
Dragonborn was part of it.
Dwarvish as well.
And,
Alright.
and Primordial, yeah. Draconic is its own, Celestial is its own. And
All right,
that's
so
it.
he looks down and reads it and the fuck is this?
Is he looking at me specifically?
He's just looking around. He doesn't really know who is who.
I guess that's the weird dragon guy. His name's Rogar. He's a dragonborn, so he tries to sound draconic as much as possible.
Right.
Show off a little bit.
It's more legible than your chicken scratch.
Aye, at least mine. At least he understands mine.
It's because he's a dwarf.
Exactly, that's the point.
Right. Well, can you write in common next to it so I can read it?
Yeah, I'll scribble in my name, and it's gonna be like half illegible, just because.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
What? Okay.
It's not even legible.
Hey, I can read it. That's what matters.
So, right. Well, what's your name again?
My name's Rogar.
Rogar. Hey, you see him write that in next to both lines of where you've written your name. Right, well, okay, yes. Anything else I can do to help you?
The bounties, or the stuff that needs to be taken care of on the board. What
Oh,
exactly
yes.
is it?
Well,
I'm just curious.
exactly what that. Things that, things that need taken care of.
So, the hill giant in the ruins, where are the ruins?
The ruins are just outside of town. A little bit into the hillside there. No more than, half a day, 3/4 a day hike.
Alright, and then did two
But that one's
people...
pretty important, I'll tell you. The fucker keeps coming up and tearing through crops, stomping onto the ground, ruining the crops in the fields, scaring away the people. We've got the festival coming up.
Oh, I'll see what
People
we
are
can
trying
do.
to get in, and there's a fucking giant coming around, trampling through, scaring people off.
So, has anybody from the Eastbourne Empire shown up?
Eastbourne Empire.
Particularly by the name of Beatrix?
Beatrix, not sure.
Okay,
Can't
because
say the name rings a bell.
they told us to meet him here, but I don't remember exactly where.
Were there others? You said they?
Aye, there was two of them. One was an acolyte, I believe.
Oh, an acolyte, and from the Eastbourne Empire, acolyte.
Aye.
There are just
And-
two of them.
Yes, one looked like a high up guard, captain guard, basically like had like general's clothes on. Has a sword that kind of like glows.
Sword that glows.
I know it's not very descriptive, but I'm trying my best.
Not ringing the bell, but maybe check with Johan, or I can always talk to one of the Tranilluses, see if they've heard something. Yes.
Alright, and
Well, I
roll
tell you
fast.
what, you're staying at the where are you staying? The Dragon Drink again?
Aye.
I mean, you could, if you wanted to, you could probably stay in one of the places here. But Dragon's Drink, I'll send a note out for you if I hear something. I'll talk to Johan and John Rehhoff and Raelif and see what we can come up with.
Alright, and then give me just 1 second. Let me talk to the fellows about the whole giant situation.
Yeah, sure, of course.
So, I'm gonna turn back around. I feel like we should take care of this since the festival is only in a couple days, and we don't really feel like having a giant come stomping through the crowd while the festival's going on.
If it comes stomping through the crowd, we can kill it then. Our priority should be finding Beatrix.
Hey?
She's the reason we're here.
But you can't just not help people who are dealing with a problem like this.
You can when they have such an impressive military force here.
Aye,
Right.
but they don't want to divert their whole entire military force to go kill one thing.
That's their problem.
I'm not saying it's not, but you have to do your best to at least try to help.
Maybe after we find Beatrix, we can talk about it again. But I would say, at this moment, considering we don't have two of our party members to agree or disagree, we should focus on finding Beatrix.
Fair enough.
I just want to fight. I don't care.
So we already know what his answer is. Ingress just wants to kill stuff.
And we know what Grognak's answer is.
Grognak wants to kill.
And I will probably agree. We will probably go kill that giant.
But I do happen
focus
to.
on why we're here.
I agree. I do believe we do need to go find Beatrix and her companion first before we go do anything else. All right, Lawmaster. Where is this Johann? I believe you said his name was.
Johan, well, he's, yeah, where would he be, today? Well, you probably want to check the guard's keep. Ask around if he's here. It's, Julian, you take him to Johan. So tell me, did you have any interest in the joint problem? Or something else here on the board? Looking for higher help?
On the giant one. Two of our party members aren't here currently, and we were told by Beatrix from Eastbourne to go meet her when we showed up to Wellspring Falls. So we're gonna go talk to her and see what she needs us to do, and then we will get back to you.
Yeah, right then. Alright. Well, yeah, talk soon.
Hey?
He turns around and just closes the door behind him as he enters his office.
No, you don't seem to have too many dwarves in a Elven stronghold style type thing.
Well, we're a bit diverse place. Well, follow me. And
I'm gonna chuckle
Julian,
at that under my breath.
Julian starts to walk down. Leads you probably for about 10 minutes or so. You go down like some sets of stairs, kind of outside in like a like open pathwayed area, and then you eventually come along all the way onto the side of the inside wall, and then eventually you find sort of like a large courtyard with some nice sort of like, think of like a half wall or like a smaller fence, but like nice cement stone laid with intricate designs like into the top, like kind of like carved and scalloped in certain areas. And then there's a larger center building right beyond the courtyard, and he walks up and says, "Oh, right, well, right, well, you guys stay here. I'll go see if Johan is available." And he looks around and kind of like has two fingers up and then points over to you guys, and two guards walk over and just stand by you as he steps away for a minute. Eventually comes back, and he's followed by a very tall, gray-skinned man. Definitely large. And he comes up to you and says,
Well, how can I help you?
I am assuming you are Johan.
Yes?
My name is Borgen. It's a pleasure to meet you. Have anyone by the name of Beatrix from Eastbourne shown up in Wellspring Falls recently?
Yes. Yes, she has.
Did she
And some
tell you
other
where
woman.
she was happening to be staying? Because we were supposed to be meeting her here. And I don't exactly remember where she told us to go.
Where was she staying? Yes, well, she's... Right. Yes, she's staying here in the villa. Said she had a item of arcane importance. I directed her to go to speak with Uranus Vale at the Mystra Academy.
Is she there currently?
I mean, I don't know where she is currently, but...
How long ago did she arrive?
Maybe 10, 12 days, something like that.
It took us that long to get here from... Well...
It took a lot longer than
that
it should
took
have.
probably a month for you guys to get here, just a little over a month.
All right. Well, we'll make our way over there. If she happens to stop by in the villa, tell her that Borgin and company is looking for her.
Maybe you want to stop at the maybe you want to stop at the villa and ask to leave a message. You'll forgive me when I say I've got matters of grave importance on
Aye.
my hand now.
The way he emphasized the "you," I'm gonna look at him, give him a look.
He doesn't pay any mind. He just... he's kind of like a towering figure anyways. Probably around the size of Grognak, if not just a little taller.
Is he a human or is he an orc?
He's neither. Give me a nature check.
Oh, is he? Never mind. I'm not gonna say it. I'll let you say
Borgin, you've known him before. You've seen these creatures before. He's a Fearbolg.
Hmm.
Is that what you were going to say, Mike?
No, I was thinking Goliath.
Oh. No, he's not a Goliath. He's just a very tall, broad, gray-skinned man.
What's a Fearblog doing in a city? I thought you guys heard stories of you guys just sitting in forests and basically protectors of the forest.
Racist.
It may sound racist, but it's all I've been told growing up in Stroheim.
And dwarves only sit under mountains, but here you are.
Aye, you're right. Dwarves do only sit under mountains, but there's occasions where we come out and deal with stuff. Okay?
Well, here's a damn occasion for you.
I am not saying it's not. I was just curious.
Well, and I would
I'm
say
not
that
curious.
like your dragonborn friend here had said, there was occasion. There is always some truth in the common thoughts of people and their perceptions of races. And in fact, did you not pass through or... Oh, come here. And he starts to walk you over towards the edge of the wall where there's a great... sort of like edge, like a step down onto like a balcony, but it's completely open air. And you're looking out, and he points out to the lake beyond, just down the flowing hills from the mountain. All of that forest around. Well, I was born and raised there. And where you could say it's the perception of, well, we sit around and live and protect the forest. By being captain of the Queen's Assembly, I'm protecting not only my homeland, but all of the people that live around the homeland. It's my responsibility to not only provide protection, but direct and advance the safeguarding and protection of the far reaches of the Wellspring Empire. So
Yeah, that's-
you could say that I live in a
that's very
forest
noble.
and protect my forest and the people.
It's a very noble cause.
Right, well, yes, perhaps check the villa, leave a note. If you don't mind, I have things to attend to.
Of course.
And he kind of nods his head and starts walking away. Julian walks back up to you. Is there anything else?
Where's the villa?
Oh, the villa. Yes, well, come with me. I can take you.
I
And
like
he,
how we just kind of have our personal chauffeur, like just showing us around. This is great.
basically, right? So he walks you back towards like the main center part of, or I guess the entrance kind of area, entrance center of the Garden Tower district, or the Imperial district, more or less. And points up, and there's a singular tower that stands on its own. Little slender, but very elegant, and on a nice plank of like beautifully engraved and stained wood nailed to the front. It says Villa on it. Well, it's right here.
All right. Well, I do not believe we need any further assistance, and we thank you for the help, and I'll
Oh,
hand
I'm
it
not
back.
leaving.
Oh, you're not leaving? Okay.
I'm not allowed to leave until you've left the Garden Towers. So.
Ah. Okay. Well, that's.
Then he opens the door and says, "After you."
And then I'm gonna walk up. Is it like a hotel or like?
Yeah,
Is it like
similar.
hotel style?
It's hotel style, but there's no like front desk like right at the entrance. It's very elegant and open, nice, like beautiful, almost like marble flooring, with stairs that sort of go around the walls of the tower and eventually lead up into like a little kind of like common lobby area. And then you do see some different desks and things, but in the center, there's like a single water feature of like a waterfall from the second floor going down to the first into a well, where water is just kind of flowing through, or I should say flowing down rather. So it creates a nice, beautiful, elegant atmosphere within the villa.
I'm gonna go try to find something that looks like a desk to talk to somebody.
Okay, yeah, you walk up and you find a desk.
Is there anybody there?
Yes, there's an elven man standing there. Very, very nice clothing. A little nicer than yours even, and he's got a nice couple rings on his fingers. He's got a bracelet, and then he's got a necklace and has a circlet on the crown of his head with his hair braided and kind of going around. Think of like elegant, like Lord of the Rings style, I guess.
So like kind of like Legolas style type hair.
Like Legolas style, but even nicer. More braids, like a waterfall braid going down into the
So
back.
I'm guessing he's an elf then.
Yeah, I said he's elven. Sorry,
I didn't hear you. My bad.
no, that's my fault. Yes, he's
Yeah, I think you
he's
cut
a
out right
younger
as you were
elven
saying
man.
it.
So excuse me, laddie. Do you know where Beatrix is? From Eastbourne. I'm supposed to meet with her.
Beatrix from Eastbourne. Let me see here. Let me see. And he starts flipping. And you are?
Borgen. Borgen Goldshield Gorikson.
Borgen Goldshield Gorikson. Yes, and there... And he kind of gives like almost like a vacant kind of pass by as he looks at Angrath and Rogar.
Their company. Their help.
Yes, they look quite helpful. Let me see. Jovian, come. This room. Can you go check and see if there are people there? Just a moment, sir.
No.
Please, I'd ask you to, well, you're welcome to take a seat, of course. I assume your guards will stand by and protect you.
They're not really guards. They're more of friends, but if you want to call them guards, so be it.
Yes, well, please just have a seat and wait but a moment.
Alright. Well, while that happens, like I'm just gonna I'm gonna go sit down.
Yeah, he just gestures you to a bench.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, this is kind of nice.
I'm sitting down right next to him. Fuck.
It's fine.
Like,
Yeah, this is probably like one of the most beautiful places you've ever been to. Overall, just like this garden tower center of Wellspring Falls, but even this this hotel or this inn is just, I mean, it's not like the tavern inns that you guys are used to. This is like really nice, high end.
I mean, I've had high end in Strelheim, being noble and all that, and like you get the best of the best, but
elves are so much richer.
right? Like, I know this is bad to say, but this is nicer compared to what we dwarves have occasionally.
It's almost sad to think, considering you live in like gold mines and shit.
You know what? We're very greedy people. We keep the gold to ourselves, okay?
Right, to yourselves in your city. That's what I would assume.
Exactly. But, you know, The king, King Thalgrim, long live the king, bless his heart, likes to keep the money to himself and pay his guards very
Oh,
handsomely.
shocker. The dwarf wants to keep gold to himself.
You know what? I'd do the same thing if I was king, but I'm not.
With that, we'll quickly flip over to Grognak. Grognak, how many hands of blackjack would you say you've played at this point?
Well, how much time would you say have passed at this point?
Let's say 20 minutes.
6 or 7 hands.
Okay, roll me a D100.
Damn.
What would you say your average wager was?
Maybe 5 copper, because that... No, like... Shit. I actually have to think about that.
It's okay, we have time.
It said 6 to 7 hands. I'd say average wager was maybe 2 to 3 copper.
Alright, we'll call it.
Because I'm broke.
Yeah, that's fine. So we'll call it 3 copper. Say you've wagered a total of 21 each. You've won 57% of the time. So you've made yourself 5 copper.
Ah.
And Gary looks over to you and says, well, this has been quite fun. But suppose my legs could use a stroll. Come, walk with me, if you will.
Oh, sure, why not?
Alright, so he walks you out and starts kind of walking around, walks into the market district just kind of up further ahead. So tell me, boy, what's your ambition in life? What do you want
Well,
to
honestly,
do?
I'm just trying to find my son. He was taken by a, well, I don't mean to be rude, since we're in an elvish stronghold and all, but by a fuckwad of an elf.
Yes,
Goddamn
sometimes
pirate.
elves can be fickle at times. What happened to your son?
Well, you see, we found him almost dead, well, appeared almost dead at the edge of our village. So I brought him back to my house, well, my hut, and my wife cared for him, dressed his wounds, because there were plenty of them. Oh. And, let him rest overnight. We woke up in the morning, he was gone, and so was our son.
So someone came in the middle of the night and took your boy.
More like he was in our house and then left with the boy.
That's unfortunate.
Find it strange because he showed up right after a bandit party had left.
And have you had any hint of him, any sign of where he could have gone?
All I know about him is he's a pirate, and his name is Dreadmaw.
A pirate named Dreadmaw.
He has an eye patch, yellow eyes, brown hair,
Yellow eye.
yellow eye.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Perhaps one day you may find something that can be helpful to you.
Well, all I know is if I ever find him, I'm gonna kill him and eat his fucking heart.
Well, you know, I have an idea that may help you. Come, are you hungry, by the way? Apologies, realize we just left a tavern, but I could go for some fresh-baked bread.
Some food sounds nice.
Okay, so he goes up to a little bakery shop, just kind of off in the marketplace. You can see, like, it smells very nice, like fresh baked bread, and you can see some of the smoke coming out from the stack inside of this building. And he walks in, places an order for bread pays 4 copper. And I let you know that it will take about 10 minutes. So he walks out and says, you know, there's a nice little shop here. It's called Needle and Twig. Woman, maybe the woman there has something there, or maybe the Impenetrable Force would be a good one too. Yes, we'll go check with Nico and see. Might be something that can help you. And he walks down a little way. You round like a corner, cut through an alley, and then like go back across. And it seems like you just like almost did a half circle, like you're still within the same larger circular area in the center of this market district in the center of town. But eventually you walk into this shop called the Impenetrable Force. Walk in and you see a middle-aged man, but beautiful looking. Nice stature, but very young features to him. Roll me a perception check as well, actually. Yeah, you look at his eyes, and your gaze is almost drawn into him. Like you're not sure exactly why, but you seem to be drawn in, and you notice his eyes. It doesn't have like a traditional like iris pupil. It's sort of a blended mix of colors that just kind of swirl, almost like magic in a sense, some form of arcane feature, but it's his eyes, and it's really interesting to look. You kind of like, you don't physically do it, but like mentally, like, okay, let's stop staring. And it looks at you and says, hello, how can I help you?
Oh, well, I don't know. Guy I met at the tavern, Gary, brought me here. Said you might be able to help me with something.
Gary's standing right next to you, by the way.
Yeah, I'm pointing right at him.
Yeah. Nico, how are you? Oh, Gary, I didn't see you there. Yeah, what can I do to help you? Well, was wondering if you had a locate creature scroll and how much that might cost. Locate creature. Let's see here. And he starts to like flip through. He's got like a little price book that he's flipping through. What are you trying to locate here?
A wood elf pirate man thing.
A wood elf pirate man thing. Well,
I'm looking for a wood elf named Dreadmaw. He's a pirate. And he's a fucking scumbag.
well, that helps, and that's quite specific. Well, assuming that he's doesn't have the ability to polymorph, this should help, but you've got to have a general idea, the sense of direction of where he's at, and, well, be within 1,000 feet of him. But I could sell you something like that for, what do I have written down here? Scrolls. Well, I would say probably 400 gold pieces.
You got anything a little bit cheaper?
Well, to locate a creature, I mean, there's a potion of locate creature, but it doesn't exactly work the same way, in which this scroll would just allow you to get a general, if you're sort of in the right area, it will pinpoint the exact location and stay up for some time. The potion is only effective for an hour when you drink it.
And how close do I have to be to him then?
Well, the potion is not quite as effective. Obviously, it's locate creatures a spell.
Is there any other way I could pay you, like, do a favor? Because I'm short on gold.
Well, I mean,
Generally, I'm
I
not
can get
the favor bartering type. I do buy some items. More in the enchanted nature, of course. In the arcane nature.
I have this dagger I found. Pretty sure it's magical. I'm gonna put my dagger of venom on the counter.
Okay. Let me see here. So he picks it up. He starts looking at it. Well, this is a little bit interesting. And he kind of like he runs his hands along the lining of the blade. He puts it into the fuller just to try and like. You can almost tell he's like looking at it as much as he's also like kind of feeling. And as you look at his eyes start to again circulate with dark color. It's almost like the swirl of water, of like deep water, for example. And as he looks, he says, well, has been used, but still still in good condition for the most part, I suppose.
I almost accidentally almost killed one of my friends with it.
Yes, well, it does contain strong magic power. Well, I suppose only a D100. Well, this certainly would fetch you the scroll. In fact, I'd be willing to, I'd be willing to give you, call it 1,000 gold pieces.
And the scroll?
Persuasion check.
No, give me 1 second. I had to refill my vape.
That's fine.
Persuasion, right?
Yep. Yeah, sure. 1,000 gold and the scroll.
Deal.
Right. Well, if you just sign here, and he waves his hand, and a bit of parchment and a quill float over to you. Just seemingly from like the back of this shop, makes its way over and rests itself on the table in front of you, and basically it just says, you know, you're agreeing. He actually takes the scroll and writes in Dagger of Venom, and then puts down 1,000 gold pieces and a scroll of Locate Creature, and then basically just is saying that you are the sole owner of this object, which would be the Dagger of Venom that he kind of wrote in on the blank line, and lawfully sell in exchange for, and then he wrote in 1,000 gold pieces plus 1 scroll of Locate Creature. And then there's a spot for you to sign and a spot for him to sign. If you wouldn't mind just signing here.
And common.
Okay. You sign. He signs his name in common. Well, yes, let me get this for you. Do you prefer gold or platinum?
Platinum.
Right. Well, yeah, let me just give me 1 moment. And he walks back, and the scroll, or the parchment and the quill kind of fly back. Then he comes back out with the small sack and scroll and hands it to you and says, well, scroll of Locate Creature and your earnings, of course. You may count them here if you wish, but there's 100 platinum pieces in there.
Okay. How much would you say the scroll weighs?
Scroll weighs like nothing. It's just a
Okay.
bit of parchment rolled up, and then it's got like a little bit of cord around it to keep it together.
I'll just
And
open
that
it.
actually would come inside of like a nice little wooden case as well. It's almost like a cylinder made of wood that's got a screw top. Just a little scroll case to keep the scroll on the inside. But I would assume he would have opened it and shown you that you're actually getting what it is. And when you look at it, you're not proficient in Arcana, are you?
No.
It makes
Yeah.
no fucking sense.
Yeah, when you look at it, it's just a bunch of like weird different runes, and some areas light up, and it almost seems like some of the runes that are like written into it kind of swirl and move on the page, but you've got no fucking clue if he's giving you the scroll or giving you just weird enchanted parchment. But he
Pizza
tells
recipe.
you it's the scroll of locate creature and shows it to you, folds it back up, ties it with the cord, and puts it back in the scroll case and hands it to you. And then gives you
Okay,
the
I'll
coin
open up-
purse with 100 platinum pieces.
Okay, I'll open up the coin purse and just look at it for a minute, then tie it back shut and hide it away on myself.
Okay. Well, is there anything else I can do for you?
On my message.
You what?
My message saying I have to leave at 6:30.
yeah,
Something
that's
came
fine.
up. Okay.
fine. Well, is there anything else I can do for you?
No, I think this will help plenty.
Right. Well,
Actually, do you have any fire weapons?
no, well, of course I do. What kind of fire weapon are you interested in?
Let's say a great axe. I'll even trade my silver one here. Nope, never mind. Long sword.
Well, and he kind of he looks at the longsword. He doesn't even touch it, and his eyes kind of swirl again for a second. Longsword, I've got no interest. There's no arcane properties to it, but
Okay.
but let me just see what I've got here. And he starts to walk along like the side. He's got like some different like shelves built in like behind his counter area. And along the walls, you can see like different, like tons of different objects. You see potions and cloaks and shields and different bits of armor and some daggers and arrows and like just a kind of a random assortment of a bunch of things. And he looks and says, "So you're looking for a great axe, you said?"
Either great axe or another long sword, yeah.
Great axe or a long sword. And he kind of looks around for a bit until he sees one, and he says, yes, well, I do have a sword that does what you're looking for. It's just, it's takes quite a long time to create this enchantment. Pretty rare and has a little bit of a cost to it.
How much?
Well, about 5,000 gold pieces.
Never mind.
I mean, this one in particular is pretty rare. It's hard to come across another like this.
Do you have anything like it, but not as pricey?
Yeah, I've got something similar. Or, I mean, I could always take your great axe and enchant it.
How much did that cost?
Depends on the strength that you wish, the amount of fire that you wish to deal, rather.
I don't want anything over 100 platinum.
I can do that.
Okay.
I mean, might take me, probably take me about 2 days.
2 days. Alright. I can go without my axe for 2 days. Think.
Right, well,
Yeah, well, it's 50 up front and 50 at the time of delivery. I'll
right.
have a note sent to you. Where are you staying?
I'm staying at the Dragon Drink.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, we can do this. And again, another bit of parchment and feather flies from like the little back storeroom. Whips out and sets itself down onto the desk. He writes some things in. He writes your name. He writes his name. He writes the amount of 100 platinum, 50 up front, and a promissory of 50 upon delivery in exchange for enchantment services, is what it's written.
right,
And hands it to you and asks you to sign it.
I'll sign an Orcish and common again, and then give him the 50 gold in my axe.
Okay.
I mean 50 platinum. My bad.
Yep. No, that's fine.
Oh
You
shit!
hand
Didn't mean to attack.
No, that's fine. Yeah, you hand him the 50 platinum. Right. Well, and I see that it's silver lined. Someone put some actual like silver, looks like silver coin hammered into it.
Yeah, we had to fight a couple of werewolves.
You're gonna lose that. Is that okay?
That is perfectly fine.
All right. Cool. Well, yeah, couple days. I'll send a note to you.
All right.
Or you can check back here too. Is there anything else I can get you?
Nope, that'll do it.
Right. Well, take care then. And with that, you and Gary walk out and go and get some. You go and pick up your bread and start kind of enjoying eating and walking and talking. He seems like a pretty nice, kind of friendly guy, just looking for some conversation. And yeah, you guys walk on, and that's where we will switch back over to Angrath, Borgin, and Rogar. So you gotta leave, right?
Yeah, I gotta head out.
Okay.
Can someone remove the dagger of venom from my inventory for me? I can't seem to
got
find out how to do so.
I can do it.
All right. Thanks. I'll see you guys later.
Alright. So, while we're waiting, Rogar would probably just, talking to Borgin casually. So how drunk do you think Grognak is by now?
Probably hammered. I don't think he's probably hammered. I don't think he can be able to walk.
Think he's probably out of money yet?
Probably. I mean, you see how he likes to gamble with me, and I'm just there to freaking put him in his place.
Mm-hmm. Especially when he's drunk.
Aye. Wouldn't be surprised if he lost all of his money by now. Wouldn't be surprised if he betted his axe at some point either. Very competitive.
Fuck you. I was stopping myself from doing it, damn it.
I mean, it's silver lined. Money worth it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, the elven man at the front desk waves his fingers back over to you and says, yes, they appear to be away. Can I leave a message for you?
Tell them that Borgin and company will have arrived in Wellspring Falls and will be staying at the Dragon Drink Inn.
Yes, we'll have that note left for you.
We appreciate the help.
Well, good day to you, sir.
Good day. No, I'll just leave.
Yeah, that's fine. He, kind of actually turns his body away.
Freaking snooty elf. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna think it.
Alright, yeah. You guys walk out. What do you want to do?
I'd probably just head back to the Dragon's Drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, Phil, real quick.
Yep.
Out of context, does pizza exist as far as Rogar knows?
Pizza.
Yeah, pizza exists.
Okay.
Why the hell wouldn't pizza exist?
I don't know.
It's only the
Maybe there's
greatest
some-
food ever.
Right?
Yes, pizza exists to your and Rogar's knowledge.
All right. Well, Lucius is gonna know how to make. I'm gonna figure out how to make that a thing. Rogar's a blacksmith. Lucius knows how to make pizza. I think Lucius is gonna be more.
Yep. So you guys, walk out. End up walking out towards the entrance to the garden towers. Collect your things. Julian walks with you the way it says. Right. Well, good day.
Good day.
And he kind of just goes off down the street. And then you guys said you make your way back to the Dragon's Drink.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, a little time passes by. You eventually make it there. And when you walk in, don't see Grognak.
We didn't read any dreams when he showed up first, did we?
No, we did
No,
not.
this is... You know what? He's fine. He's probably drunk somewhere. I'm just gonna let him be.
Yeah,
know?
good idea.
I mean, whenever you follow someone drunk, nothing good usually happens. I mean, Angrath knows from experience. I mean, so... Hey, I'm just gonna walk up to Frank and in a couple rooms.
Hey, how you doing there? You need a couple rooms. It's gonna be
Yeah. How many rooms do you have available?
Hey, let me see. And he opens up a book. I got 4 rooms open right now, but 2 of them a little bit bigger rooms. Got 2 beds in there, a little more space. And then got 2 single rooms as well.
I would say, how much are the big ones?
Yeah, big ones are gonna run you 5 silver. The smaller ones 2 silver.
I'll look at
Probably
it.
just
Or sorry, he'll say 3 silver. 5
So-
silver for the big ones, 3 silver for the small ones.
Since
probably,
Aslor has somewhere to stay in town, we shouldn't worry about him. Right?
I'd say just get the 2 bigger rooms,
The 2 big ones. Alrighty.
and I'm gonna flick Frank a gold piece.
Thanks. I appreciate it there, pal. We're gonna get you guys something to drink, something to eat.
What time of day is it?
It's evening at this point. You guys have been walking around and talking to people most of the day. I would say
I
it's
could go
early
for a good
evening.
meal.
Like 7 or 8? Like
Yeah,
around
we'll
what
call it
time?
like 7.
Let's say it's 7:34,
It's 7:34
because that's
Yeah,
the time
why
it is
not?
for me.
Why
in
not?
Bozeman, Montana.
Mm-hmm. Morgan, I could go for a good meal. How about you?
Yeah. I could have something.
So, are all the shops closed at this point? Or as I assume.
No, I mean there's still enough light out that as you guys were walking past, you still saw some of the shops open.
Okay.
You haven't
It's like
you didn't see
Skyrim.
anyone like close down. You saw some of the like little stalls out front, like a couple of people were like packing up and like closing up their stalls, but for the most part all the actual like building shops were still opened up, still illuminated. And then some of the stalls were still open too.
It's like
I was gonna
Skyrim.
see-
They open at 8, they close at 8.
That's right.
I wanted to go to the what was that? The imprint. Yeah, like I said.
Impenetrable force.
General Force. Yeah, I want to go there.
Yeah, you can turn and
Do I know where that is, or I gotta find out? I don't think I know where it is. So.
Did we walk past it, or did we go a different way?
Yeah.
no, I
Yeah,
would have
it's-
said you guys would have walked through the market district. It's not that far away from Dragon's
Okay.
from Dragon's Drink. Roll me a history check. Let's see if you remembered seeing it or where it was.
What kind of check?
History check.
History. You.
Yeah, I don't really remember where it was. There were a lot of shops and a lot of people kind of still milling about. So it kind of didn't really between just the mass of things occurring, you probably didn't, or you didn't remember what it was or where it was.
All right, well, I'm gonna talk to Frank and ask Frank. Say, Frank, do you know where this impenetrable force is?
Yeah, the impenetrable force. So so you walk out of here and go right, and you go down a little ways, and then by the bread, you're gonna take a left, then take a right, and take another right, and it's gonna be right there at the corner on the left hand side.
So take a right, and then by the bend, take a left, and then another right, and another left. Is that correct?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, perfect.
Right, left, right.
Yeah, left, right. All right, so I'm gonna head to the store then.
Okay. Roll me a survival check.
Oh boy.
Gets lost in the
Hey, you go right, you walk down, you find the main area, you find the bread shop, and you turn right, go down, you go left, take a right, and you take another right, and it's right there in the left-hand corner.
Okay. So yeah, I walk in. Sure.
Hello.
Hello, I'm looking for Nico.
I don't think you know his name.
They gave it to me earlier. I do know it. I wrote it down from last
Oh,
time.
all right then. Maybe I forget. Yeah, I'm Nico. What can I do for you? And you look into his eyes and see a very similar thing to Grognak, how I had described it for him.
Okay, well, I hand him this ring that I got, the blue opal ring.
Oh, that's right. Let me see here.
I hand him that. Curious if do you know what this is?
Let me take a look at your character sheet. I assume you wrote it down in there, right?
I just called it a gold ring. I couldn't.
Okay.
I couldn't find it earlier. Let's see.
Yeah, I do remember it had a blue gem. Yeah, what the fuck was it specifically?
Okay, I'm back. What the fuck was that?
What the fuck was what?
I heard you guys said left, right, left, and then I stopped hearing anything.
Oh, he was looking for the place that Grognak went to.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not a gemologist, but it looks like jasper to me. Just an opaque blue jasper. Decent little ring you got there.
Is there anything special about it that you can tell me?
And he looks at it. Roll me a perception check.
Perception.
Yeah, you just kind of glance at him. You notice his eyes kind of slightly move, but you're more intent at staring at the ring. Looks at it for just a couple seconds. Says, "I mean, it's just a jasper gold ring."
Oh.
You mean is there something arcane with the ring?
Yes. If it has any power.
No, it's not enchanted.
Okay. All right, well,
I am an enchanter. I can enchant it if you wish.
I can't enchant it. What kind of enchantments can you do to it?
Well, what do you want it to do?
Does it have a way to give me more health? Do you have a way to do like that?
A way to give you more health. Well, yes and no. I mean, there is an enchantment that I know that can... it makes you feel stronger. You feel like you could take more damage in battle. But only for a certain period of time. It would work about once a day. I could do something like that, sure.
So how many, I guess my question is how many hit points would I get?
I mean, mechanically, the number of hit points are going to go by the amount of money that you spend.
Okay. What do you usually charge such things?
Well, it kind of depends on how strong you want to make the item. But, I mean, anywhere between, 500 gold pieces to, maybe 5,000 gold pieces. All depends.
Right, I see. Okay, that's a little bit out of my price range. All right, well, thank you for your.
What's your price range? What do you?
I got like 100 gold. That's probably not gonna give me much.
I mean, sell you a potion of healing.
I have some of those. Well, I think maybe I'll come back a little later if I can come into some more money.
Yeah, sure. You come into some money, come back, come see me.
All
Here every
sounds
day.
good. Thank you, Nico.
Yep, you have a good day. And we'll flip over to Rogar Borgin. What are you guys doing?
Just eating some food.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, and so Angrath eventually makes it back into the Dragon's Drink. Grognak makes his way in as well, and looks sober, actually, surprisingly. Doesn't look like he's had a drink at all. Doesn't have his battle axe on him. But I'd say as you guys come in and enjoy your eating, enjoy your drinking, that's where we'll end today's session.
Real quick, when I see him, I'm gonna say he did lose his axe and it sobered him up. Holy shit!
I was right! Like, holy crap, I was right! I was just joking!
I'm gonna hold in my hand for a high five.
I'll connect with the high five.